Hi there traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency. I'm going to take a look at the euro dollar and pound dollar in this video for Thursday and Friday of this week. Let's take a look at the markets right now. Alright, let's kick off with the euro dollar 4-hour chart. You might be wondering why we only take a look at euro dollar and pound dollar. That is because the other currency pairs and sometimes other instruments are something we save for our live members. So that's why we only focus on these two. The euro dollar basically at this moment, in my view, making a retracement, but the retracement is looking bearish. So whether price will bounce here or not remains a bit of a question mark at this point. That's the best I can do at this moment. I am still bullish, but I definitely understand people who are going to skip this upside because euro dollar has moved up a lot already for this week. Will there be a continuation of that upside? It doesn't necessarily have to happen, especially when we see this bearish candles. I mean, from my point of view, I see very strong momentum here to the upside, and often we get a break of that high. If we are in a wave 3, that is personally why I still like the upside, and I think that this is a wave 3 and this is a wave 4. And I think that the max retracement should be a 50 fib at 117.50. So the true kind of decision, in my view, is if price breaks below the 50 fib, below 117.50, then this is probably not a wave 4, and this could be some other formation, maybe on the daily chart, or a 4-hour chart, price is making an ABC correction. Let me show that in a drawing. So what I'm talking about is this. One option is A, B, C. In that case, price could be headed for a new downtrend in that case, all right? And of course, that will not fall in one shot. Maybe there could be a wave 1 like this, and move up like a wave 2, and then a downside like this. So critical, in my opinion, is this 50 fib as mentioned before, because if it breaks below that, then this ABC is more likely, and a downtrend or a reversal is more likely. If price respects the 50 fib, then I think that this is a good chance that this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and up it goes for wave 5. So one way to tackle it would be to wait for a bullish 4-hour candle here or at the 50 fib to show like, okay, price is actually responding to the support zone that I have in mind at least, and that could be the entry up to the next target, the -2 target, -272 target at 119.20, which I think is really the max it probably will go this week. Otherwise, this weekly candle will be just tremendously large. So I think that would be the target if we get a confirmation on the 4-hour chart. Whether this is a wave 3 or C, as I said, at this moment, it did extend all the way beyond the -100 target. So therefore, I think because of the strong momentum and the strong push towards this fib target, that it is more likely a wave 3. And typically a wave ABC would have ended up around 117.50. As also mentioned in the previous video, that could have been a turning spot too for that ABC, but it passed through that. Therefore, I'm leaning towards a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one way to trade this wave 4 is to wait for a 4-hour bullish candle, in my view. All right, so also if you look at this daily candle, it could just be a retracement of that daily candle. All right, to maybe a relatively shallow fib like this 23.6 fib or 38. Max, and then there should be a continuation. So 117.50, 117.40 max, and price should go up to 119-ish, 119.25. If it breaks below that, then maybe this is a bigger correction like this. That's my view on the euro dollar at the moment. 1-hour chart, if you don't like the 4-hour idea, there's always a way to trade the breakout like this, resistance trend line like this, and if the price breaks above that, that could be also one clue of breakout. Other option could be an ABC like this, hit the 50 fib. Let me adjust the fib again to what I originally had actually, which was like this. All right, there we go. Makes a small downside, hits the 50 fib, turns at the 50 fib, breaks the trend line, and goes again. That would be also one way to trade this trend line. All right, pound dollar is also still a little bit of a messy sideways triangle pattern. ABC happened right here. Let me show you like this. Got a little bit of extension, now still going sideways. I think that it is looking a little bit like a ascending wedge at this point, or maybe a triangle, depending on how exactly you want to draw it. But so a triangle or maybe ascending wedge if you use this resistance spot like this, and that could break to the upside. I think that upside is limited because of this fib still dominating, I think, and there could be a small space up to the 78.6 fib, which is 132.50, 132.60ish. That could also be a turning spot. So for the moment, expecting this correction, this ABC zigzags to continue for now. Beginning of this week, during the weekend, I was already mentioning that the pound could keep moving sideways and keep making out of these zigzags for the moment. That is true so far, and we're just getting an expansion of this correction like this in an ever smaller space, which means that eventually a breakout below support or above resistance will happen. The question is when and which direction. I think that the breakout might happen later this month, but maybe not necessarily this month, to be honest. Let's, of course, see if we have a big daily candle like this, towering above this triangle, closing at or above 132.50. Well, then that could definitely, of course, change perspectives, and we could be looking for maybe a reversal to the upside, or a breakout to the upside. If we see today, tomorrow, a big bearish candle like this at all the way at 130, that of course could indicate that Friday or next week a follow through to the downside could occur. So waiting for strong daily candles makes sense because of this huge kind of zone. A breakout on the lower time frame, I think, would not be wise. I think looking at it from a daily perspective for the breakout is the best. From a lower time frame point of view, the only thing that is available is small breakouts with small targets there, because this particular range is so small that I don't think it is worth trading to the top and the bottom anymore, right? Maybe here to here, yes. Now it is quite tight. So there could be a breakout, but this breakout might just be kind of an expansion of this zone where we have a sideways zone like this. So this triangle is really not that important, because if it breaks, there's just resistance and support close by, and those levels could create a bounce back again, and it could just continue with this range. So therefore, looking for a breakout on the daily chart, really, for a long-term breakout. On the smaller time frames, there could just be some spikes, but then probably the price will just continue within this sideways move. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for joining. Wish you all good trading. Check out elitecurrency.com for more free analysis and free material as well. ECS start package, that is, and wish you good trading. Cheers.